Okay, real talk. If your next trip to the Philippines has El Nido on the itinerary, I need you to stop and watch this video first. Because I'm about to tell you something that most travel accounts won't. El Nido, right now, is kind of a trap. And there's a place just a few hours away that gives you everything El Nido promises, without all the stuff that'll quietly ruin your trip. I've been down this rabbit hole for a while now, and what I found genuinely surprised me. So stick around, because by the end of this video, you're going to want to completely reroute your Philippines trip. Let me be clear up front. I'm not here to trash El Nido. The limestone cliffs, the lagoons, the turquoise water, it's real, it's beautiful. And the photos don't lie. But here's what does get left out of those photos. El Nido welcomed over 500,000 tourists in a single year. That's 10 times the size of the actual population. And its sewage system was absolutely not built for that. Government data confirmed that the ocean around El Nido had fecal coliform levels, exceeding the safe recreational swimming limit, consistently, from 2019 through 2023. You read that right. The water you're swimming in, the water you're kayaking through. That's the reality behind the Instagram posts. And on top of that, because it's so touristy, everything in El Nido is noticeably more expensive. Restaurants, hotels, even basic stuff. And you often get less for your money. So in this video, I'm going to show you where to go instead, a place that has crystal clear lakes, some of the best underwater scenery on the planet, fewer crowds, cheaper prices, and a vibe that actually feels like you discovered something. And that place is Coron. Now before I break down exactly why Coron beats El Nido in almost every category that actually matters, I want to mention one specific thing about Coron that most people don't know. There's something underwater there that is genuinely unlike anything else in Southeast Asia. It's not the beaches. It's not the lagoons. It's something that happened in 1944, and it created one of the most surreal travel experiences in the world. We'll get to that. But first, let's talk about what you're actually looking at when you go to Coron. Coron is the quieter, more rugged sibling to El Nido. It's not as immediately photogenic from the surface. The town itself is functional rather than charming, but get underwater or into the lakes, and it's a completely different story. Wadat. That's the thing about Coron. It rewards people who actually explore. You don't come here for a polished resort experience. You come here because you want to see something real. Kayangan Lake, often called the cleanest lake in Asia, sits in a mountain crater and is accessible by a short hike over a ridge. You climb up, you look over, and it hits you. Green mountains on both sides, water so clear it almost looks fake, and like 10 other people there. Not 500, 10. That's the Coron experience. Twin Lagoon is genuinely stunning too. You swim through a narrow opening in a limestone cliff and come out the other side into this completely enclosed pool of warm water. It's one of those places that makes you feel like you found something secret, even if other people are there. The crowds, or lack of them. El Nido is significantly more crowded than Coron, particularly at the famous lagoons from December through April. The big lagoon can see 50+ boats simultaneously in peak season. 50 boats, all at the same spot, at the same time. That's not a travel experience. That's a parking lot on water. Coron sees fewer tourists overall and genuinely feels more authentic. The difference is night and day. Coron is marginally cheaper than El Nido across most categories, particularly accommodation. El Nido's popularity has driven prices up, especially in peak season. So you're literally paying less to have a better time. That should be the whole argument right there. Okay, so I promised you something. That thing from 1944. Coron is home to one of the world's great wreck diving collections. 12 Japanese World War II ships, all sunk in a single U.S. airstrike in 1944, now resting at depths of 10 to 40 meters and completely encrusted with coral. Think about that. 12 massive ships, one strike, all sitting on the floor of the ocean, now overgrown with marine life, and you can dive through them. For adventure seekers, Coron offers world-class shipwreck dives and rugged landscapes that are genuinely unlike anywhere else in the Philippines. And here's what's wild. You don't even have to be a certified diver to experience some of it. Several of the wrecks are shallow enough for snorkeling. You just float above a 80-year-old Japanese warship, with fish swimming through the windows. But here's the part that nobody talks about. How do you actually plan this trip without overpaying for tours, without getting stuck in the wrong accommodation, and without wasting a single day? Because Coron is still a destination where doing it wrong can ruin the experience. And I've got a full breakdown coming, the exact itinerary, the best tours, where to stay, and when to go, so make sure you don't miss that. So look, El Nido isn't going anywhere. And if you've already been and loved it, I get it. But if you haven't been yet and you're planning a Philippines trip, give Coron a serious look. Quieter, cheaper, wilder. And it's got an underwater experience that I genuinely don't think anything else in Southeast Asia can touch. If this video shifted your thinking even a little bit, hit that subscribe button. I'm putting out a full Coron trip planning guide soon, and you won't want to miss it. Drop in the comments where you're planning to go. El Nido, Coron. Or are you trying to do both? Let me know. I read every single one. I'll see you in the next one.